Hi guys, in this video, I'll be showcasing how you can integrate maps routes like this inside a React Native application with help of the React Native Maps library for the iOS side of things. In the previous video, I discussed how you can do the same thing in the Android part. Okay, so let's get into it. This video will contain two parts where I will be discussing how you can do it in the Apple Maps as well as how you can integrate Google Maps SDK for the iOS side. Okay, so first for the Apple Maps. Let's go to the code. So this video will be second part of my series where I will be discussing in depth on how you can integrate geolocation features for delivery based app MVP. Right. So let's get into it. This I explained all this code in my previous video where I integrated the same thing in Android side. So if I scroll and then the thing is it's exactly the same thing for iOS as well. Okay. So if I go here now this is in dark mode, right? I can change it to light so that it looks somewhat better. Now I'm going to use that and then I'm going to use false. Okay. If I do that, if I go back, you can see it will be in light mode. Okay. So now, so to recap what I said in the previous video, I have used a library called React Native Maps route and then I have provided an origin and the destination. So the origin, let's take it would be the restaurant and then the destination would be your own house. So for that, we have used custom markers like this, and then in that we have attached the coordinates, and then when the user taps on that it automatically zooms in. Okay, this works properly for both Android and iOS. So if I tap on this, you can see it superbly goes zooms in to that particular location. We can also change how it goes in with the like how much it zooms in with the help of latitude delta and longitude delta. There are some mathematical calculations behind it, but that is out of scope of this particular video. So you can see it works well in both Android and iOS, right? Now this is easy, right? This is the same code that I did in the previous video, which if you have seen it, you can understand that. Now how to do it with help of what I would say like Google Maps SDK, right? So what you have to do, go to that particular documentation, which is React Native Maps, and then let's take. I'm going to go here. So and then once that is done, let's go to installation instructions. Here, you see on iOS, one can choose between Google Maps or the native Apple Maps. So for now, Apple Maps is on by default. When using Google Maps, you can see an API key for iOS SDK and include the Google Maps library in your build. Okay, so you can see native Apple Maps based implementation works out of the box, like just how it is being done here. Now, like you can all like you can see all these things now to enable Google Maps, right? So to do that, what you have to do, let's go to keys and then in this one, now I'm going to enable this for both Android and iOS. So for this one, okay, let's just enable it for iOS, right? It's an iOS based video. Now in this one, I'm going to tap on this bundle ID should be the bundle ID that you have used. So it should be com.apollo shot. And then I'll click on done. Now I'm going to restrict this to what? Select API keys and then I'm going to use Maps SDK for iOS same way. Sorry, and then I'm going to use routes API. Tap on OK and then I'll click on save. Okay, once I do that, right, you can see this key will be now fully secure to be used only in my iOS application. And then if okay, let's take if someone they will definitely take the key, but even if they take the key, they can't do anything because it's secured now. API key is restricted. Still, if they like do some jugaad and then like get all those things and like spam your what I would say API key with the same bundle ID, same what you can do, go here, delete the API key, right? And then do like I would recommend to rotate the API key for every builds. That's up to you and how you do it. So now if I go back to this side, so for installing the Google side of things, I'm going to go to here app-delegate.m. So let's go to our code and let's go to iOS and then what Apollo short and then sorry I think this is I think okay I created native bridges before, so that's not a problem. Apollo short. Okay, sorry, this one Apple delegate.mm. Okay, so if I go there and then first thing copy this, paste it here. It shouldn't have the plus, so remove that plus, save it. Now go back. what you have to do in the dit launching positions, use command F to search this. Go here, and then above the this one, go here and paste it here. Okay, so paste it here, and then use your API key. Okay, go to this, go here, get your API key, copy this, paste it here. Okay, so if you paste it here, save it. Okay, it should be with at and then this one. Okay, the double quotes. Now I go here, and then yeah. So once that is done, let's go here in the what I say, like add the following, use native modules. Okay, that is in okay. Now you have to go to pod files. So I'm going to go to what pod file, and then I'm going to go here, and then I'm going to use this one rn maps equal to platform. It should be for 14. That is by default. Okay, right now the latest version is 17.5. Okay, that's what I use. Still, let's keep it at 14. And then in this one, let's go here and add the following these things, or else it won't work. Okay, and then for the permissions, just add that there. I'll show it next. We'll go here, and then in this section. Okay, so let's go here, paste it here, save it. And then for the NS location permission, this is for the info.plist of what you see when the app wants your permissions, right? So this is what you can use it here. Same way for the Android XML, the thing here is access fine or background location, all these things. I discussed this in depth in my previous video on how you can access the different types of location permissions in both Android and iOS and how you can mark it. So now once this is done, let's go to command prompt. Go back, go to cdios, use pod install. Now we have to wait. Okay, so once, okay, let's let it be done in the background. Now to enable the like what I would say, like the Google Maps API, what you can do, you can go here and then use provider. Okay, provider, I think Google. Okay, so what you can do, you can tap on command click provider and provider. So this type as only Google or Apple, right? So if I go back to, I think what is this provider for iOS support, like for Android you can't use Apple Maps, but for iOS you can use both Apple Maps and Google Maps with the things if you have done the things that I have mentioned here. Okay, so once that is done, let's see this one. You can see Google Maps, iOS Map util, and all these things are like properly installed. Now I have to run the app again. Do use npm run iOS, and then what you can do, you can go back here and you have to wait. Okay, so same thing. If I go, okay, now if I go to the Android side, right, I'm going to show a trick here. I want to restart this. I think it's not restarting. Okay, I'm just going to close this. I'm going to close that, reopen it again. I'm going to show you if this thing is working or not. Okay, like that securing your API key is working or not. Now I'm going to go here. Let's wait. Okay, it should be running. Okay, it's running. So we have to wait until this particular thing like gets compiled and run. Yeah. So in the next video, I'll be showcasing this feature. Okay, on how you can integrate Google Maps Complete. And then when the user taps on that one, how you can get the API like on press, you get all the details from what I would say the autocomplete. And then once user taps on that, it automatically goes to that particular location and then adds a marker there. Okay, so that would be interesting to see. So that concludes the first three part of my series on like making this. And I'll also be using something called a debounce. Right? Debounce is a JavaScript concept where it is used in many interviews where people will ask what is debounce and throttling. So debounce is 90 like used in almost all the search bars where when the user types, you shouldn't be hitting the API calls again and again. You should be debouncing that so that once the user has finished the like typing, or let's say I just keep on typing like Delhi, right? DLI. For every keystroke, the API call shouldn't be sent. Once the thing is done, right? Like once the typing is done, it should be called. Or else, what would happen? Let's take 1,000 users use your app, and then everyone types Delhi, right? For every keystroke, for DELHI, right? So 5 keystrokes, 5 API calls should be sent, and then there would be a racing condition, and then you have to use abort controller. That's all advanced stuff. But I'll be also discussing that small interview question of rebounds there. Okay, so let's go back to here, and then okay, this is still running. Okay, successfully built the app. So what we can do? Okay, it should run now. The same way, you can use Supabase or any Postgres SQL with help with the PostGIS extension, so that in from the back end you get the coordinates, and then you can also use it to get the ETA, which is estimated time to arrival. With the help of that, okay, you can see allow approach to use your location, allow while using the app. I'm using a VPN, so allow while using the app, and then my particular app is successfully running with Google Maps, right? So that's it. That's how you integrate the features. The main thing is you should have a paid account, okay? And then once you have a paid account, you can do this properly, right? Paid Google Cloud account. Okay, as I said, you should use a Visa card and not a Visa or Mastercard, not a Rupee card if you're from India. Okay, so this is how you can integrate this nice, what I would say, like Google Maps feature, right, on the roads one. Yeah, so that's how it works. And then now if I go here, something is not working. This particular routes is not working. So how to make it work? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and then in this side to debug this, use on error of e of what console dot log of e. Okay, so if we do this, and you can check what is happening here, what error is coming. See, API iOS key is blocked. Okay, why that is it is not immediately the thing is immediately not no, what I would say, pushed to the user. Okay, like the Google API is not immediately reflecting this. So to counter this, for development purposes only, you can just tap on this none, but I don't recommend that. Okay, so that's it. That's how you integrate these features for iOS as well. Okay, so in the next video, I'll be discussing on how you can integrate the Google Maps. If I go here, or this one, right? So how you can use this, get the same on Google Places API web service, and not this one. Okay, I will explain this fully in the next video. So thanks for watching. If you have any doubts, please let me know in the comments.